Well, as we said at the top of the show, the techies are coming. The 2007 New York Tech Summit is now in its third year, and organizers expect record attendance at the conference in late June. Joining me now is Frank Kobuszewski, the Vice President of the Technology Solutions Group at CXtec and an organizer of the summit. Welcome, Frank. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me.
So, third year, so you've got a couple behind you. Obviously, it's been successful and continues to grow.
It has. The first year we had 150 IT professionals, increased up to 300 last year, and we're expecting over 500 this year.
And this is coming up at the Turning Stone Casino.
June 21st and 22nd.
All right, let's talk specifically about this. And you and I were chatting earlier. One thing that we want to make clear is this is not your typical, in fact it isn't, a trade show. There aren't going to be hard sells going on at this. This is really, the focus is education.
Right, true. What we've learned from IT professionals over the years is that a couple things are happening. Money's getting tighter. They're asked to do more with money, and time is really critical these days. They don't have much time to get out of the office. So the focus of this education and exhibition summit is really on the education side. We've got 48 classes offered from a huge range of topics. Both case studies, where in fact we've got a CIO executive from Loyola coming up doing a disaster recovery case study during Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So we have other case studies, real-life case studies, and then perhaps one of the most valuable things for our IT professionals is peer-to-peer discussions.
Roundtable.
Roundtable, yep. Both facilitated and unfacilitated. And then we do, as you mentioned, have a tech exhibit floor. There's manufacturers. The platinum sponsors are Cisco and Nortel Networks and 3Com. They'll have the new technology. They can kind of feel it. There's demonstrations. And they can talk with the manufacturers themselves to understand what kind of advanced technologies are out there.
You've got quite a nice variety of exhibitors that will be there too, but again, the focus is on the education and the roundtables and
Yes.
coming away with information.
Exactly.
I noticed also there's a pretty large area devoted to the healthcare industry and information technology as it applies to healthcare.
Sure. So healthcare is an important industry for us here in upstate New York with all the hospitals and the medical facilities. And there's lots of rules and lots of technology change going on with healthcare right now, from RFID tagging to HIPAA compliance, which involves security issues. And again, the network managers and the IT professionals are being tasked with adopting this technology still within a budget that they have. So there's breakout sessions and education sessions on how to do that with the funds they have.
The trend is to go toward a quote paperless medical record, really, and
right.
And that involves a lot of technology and a lot of interfacing of different technology in different departments and things.
Yep. The paperless issue drives high video bandwidth, and that's really a focus of the concert on the summit as well. The video bandwidth and how to get the video bandwidth while still maintaining your network that you have to keep up and running.
You've got a great website, and we'll give the web address before we close things this afternoon. But there's a lot of testimonials on there as well from people who have attended the previous two tech summits, and they
Yes.
really have high praise for this and saying it was time well spent. And like you said, that's what these information technology
That's
people
right.
need to be able to do.
That's right. They are tasked with so much these days, and budget cuts and staff cuts, that we have to make this valuable to continue to grow it. And that's really how it's grown over the years, is word of mouth, marketing campaigns, and actually our people reaching out and talking to people about what's important to them.
And is that what the catalyst was for this whole thing in the beginning 3 years ago?
You know, it's funny. It started as more of a technology summit and technology exhibition. And when we got people together and understood their real needs was to solve challenges, they're all faced with issues, and many of them are the same issues. So when they talk amongst themselves, they say, oh, you did this with that kind of budget and this with that asset recovery program. You know, it's another breakout session that's really a hot topic these days. I like to say green is the new black. People are very environmentally conscious, and assets are piling up in closets. So there's a session on what to do with those assets and how to dispose of them. You can't throw them away in a landfill. So.
Now, CXtec itself is a big player, obviously, in this kind of technology, and you share some of your expertise as part of some of the case studies,
Yes.
I think.
Yep, we share some case studies with voice over IP, server virtualization. We actually teach a class there about asset recovery and doing more with within your budget. But again, it's not a hard sell. We actually ask vendors when they speak, it's not a manufacturer session, it's a technology session. So there's security topics and there's unified communication topics that are topics on technology, not this vendor's looking to push you into this vendor's product, which customers really value that.
But real ways to show some ROI, that return on investment, and that's what all the financial people need to see when they make these investments. So what are you looking forward to, especially with this year's summit?
Meeting with customers. I as well don't get out enough and speak to customers, so when you have customers and IT professionals and you can understand what their concerns are, you can set up programs based upon what those challenges are. It's how we learn, it's how we continue to evolve as a company, CXtec, as well as the interaction with the vendors. Having the vendors here on site demoing product allows us that higher level of interaction with them as well.
So it's going to be coming up, the dates again?
June 21st and 22nd.
At the Turning Stone Casino and Resort in Verona.
That's right.
And they can register online.
Yep.
And it looks like a pretty easy website to do that. And they also can pick the sessions they want to attend as well, I think, through the registration online.
Once you register, you can actually choose the courses which make most sense to what your challenges are. So that's why we have 48 sessions through Thursday afternoon and Friday during the day, some of which are repeated to make sure that we have enough audience participation there. But yes, it's all self-directed. We don't sign people up, they sign themselves up for what matters most.
All right, so 2007 New York Tech Summit coming up.
Biggest one yet.
All right. And Frank, nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with it.
Thanks.
And if you'd like to find out more about the Tech Summit, then we'll tell you their website. And we want to thank Frank Kobuszewski, the Vice President of Technology Solutions Group at CXtec, and an organizer of the Tech Summit, for being with us.